Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Morning Cup. So it's Christmas Day, and Merry Christmas to all of my viewers. But we have a lot to jump into. Not a lot of serious news today, apart from one story that is rather shocking. But without wasting any more time, let's just jump straight into the fact that Michael Jackson, the late Michael Jackson's Neverland, the ranch that was so famous and so infamous for all of the wrong reasons, has now been sold to a billionaire, Ron Burkle, for a quarter of the asking price that it was initially put up for. We quickly move on to the Brexit trade deal that has been finalized today, and Brexit has officially been done. Prime Minister Boris Johnson also declared that the United Kingdom would be the number one ally to the European Union and would try to maintain certain efficiencies that have already been in place. We move on to Canada, and Canada has something really nice for us today because we came across a wolf cub of an ancient wolf that was frozen in permafrost, completely intact. As a matter of fact, even the contents of his stomach were being examined and were not tainted, even though it has been thousands of years, if not more, that the wolf cub has been frozen in thick permafrost. And why are we coming across these species that were once lost in complete frozen blocks of ice? Well, the quickest way to understand why is global warming. Global warming has far too many reactions across the globe on multiple spectrums of the imagination. On one end, where we're looking at sea level rising and countries that are flat losing landmass to the sheer force of the oceans. We, on the other hand, on the North Pole as well as towards the Arctic Circle, are coming across permafrost thawing. And because of this permafrost thawing, we're coming across a lot of new and unexperienced microbes that are very dangerous to the existence of the human species. As a matter of fact, these microbes could be the next biggest threat to us if we don't study them already. There are already defense teams as well as government research organizations from numerous countries as well as the United Nations that are already on their way. As a matter of fact, that have already established a presence and yet are reinforcing their said presence to make sure that they do the due diligence that is required. But these animals that were once abundant across the globe, that are now being only discovered in frozen permafrost, are another shocking reminder to us that even though the earth has been the way it is, has been a regular occurrence on this globe of ours, the fact that the rate in which climate change is occurring today is not normal at all. Global warming and the human quotient has made sure that the climate change is tenfold of what it should be. We move on to the coronavirus vaccine, and upon numerous speculation across the globe about the new strain of the virus that's been found in the United Kingdom, it turns out that the new strain isn't that much different. As a matter of fact, experts say that it can be a matter of minutes to a matter of days where they can tweak the vaccine that is currently evidently present and make it so that it can tackle the new strain of the coronavirus as well. They're hoping that the virus does not mutate so much so that they have to go out of their way to figure out a new alternative to the vaccine that's present today. We move on to the China-Pakistan deal. Now, we all are aware of the fact that China has been investing heavily in Pakistan as well as its economic corridor that is trying to cultivate a Silk Road out of. But turns out that amidst allegations of corruption as well as allegations of deep-souted government conspiracy, China has now dilly-dallied on its whole $60 billion investment. We still don't know if China is going to completely pull out of the deal or if there are going to be certain alterations to the deal that was already in place. We move on to our final story of the day, and it is a little bit disappointing and disheartening, but it is something that we must speak about. The Pakistan court, the Sindh court to be very precise, has put out a statement today after a long and concise hearing that the murders of American journalist Daniel Pearl, which were internationally acclaimed as terrorists, are to be set free. Nothing takes away from the fact that this is certainly not the verdict that we as an international community were waiting for. The American journalist Daniel Pearl was murdered brutally, and even though his murderers were convicted, it looks like they will be walking free. There's a lot of emotion at stake when it comes to this. There are a lot of things that are on and about, and the United States government has condemned the hearing and has stated that this is not the result that they were anticipating. What happens next, we are unaware of, but for now, it looks like these murderers will be walking free. That's been your morning cup. See you guys tomorrow.